Okay. Thank you guys for looking into this, and thank you guys for coming. Pull up a chair to the table. It's already prepared. All right. So look, um, we've managed to tactically avoided the deceptive tricks to undermine the impact of good news being shared amongst us. That's what's going on. Uh, Assistance is attached to the service being provided. It is what's decided to be. It is what is decided to be contributed within our budget for specific intakes. Reforming our rules. Whenever whomever decides to open up a clear path for productive solutions, there's always a chance for conflict resolution. And this is a look forward to applying daily commitments to programs or to progress. But all of a sudden, so if I can explain this, tactically avoid it. We managed to not let them minimize the impact that we've had on the youth with this progress. Excuse me. With this progress, what they were trying to do, like all this, excuse me, all the slander and all the yeah, all the slander and stuff. We managed to avoid that tactically. Uh, Assistance is attached to service being provided. It is what's decided to be contributed within our budget for specific intakes. So that's the way that you want to orient your thoughts, is providing assistance, because it's not charity. It's what was being assisted and contributed within our budget for specific intakes. So that there is a province, because it was an attempt, or not an attempt, but a positive outcome of reforming our rules. Whenever whomever decides to open up a clear path for productive solutions, there's always a chance for conflict resolution. So, um, whoever wants to make amends, there's always a chance for that. I look forward to applying daily. This is something that it's not gonna stop. It's gonna be for the next 8 years. For the next 8 years, this is how, or 8 years plus, this is how it's gonna be. This is just what it's gonna be. So don't try to avoid the true desperation, and be aware of strange times. Um, all of it, because all of a sudden, after coming to the realization that direct hatred casted upon the base, the unprepared seeks an active engagement. But there's still ongoing effort to belittle the farmers and the tradesmen. This continues. They're still not in a position of long-term thinking, which is extremely important. So that there goes them. So 2026 starts with a mandate, and before you make any decisions, consider the progress that's already been made. Once it's law, you'll be able to see a solid source of healthy consumption. I believe in that. So that goes with what next year is going to look like. Now, regarding our ongoing dispute with Putin, I believe Putin and Russia will love a warm welcome to the U.S. To the U.S. God's hands is on this situation, so the outcome will be will be will be best for both countries, Ukraine and Russia. They've been fighting so long that they might show up to the World Cup late, like for real. All right, so compared to the detail enhancements that's necessary, that's a necessity. The sincerity is moreover. Yeah, no. Um, our biggest threat to American society is the ease of the mobility of the drug business. More cooperation with the police or authority, the problem will cease to exist because there's a blatant disregard for the lives that we've built here in America. Security of the heart is an aim, which has been neglected for men's relationship with material things. Rather that the understanding of adhesive goals to help themselves further a duty to serve God. To further a duty to serve God. Adhesive goals. Yeah, so regarding the fests, like that's how you know that people it's how you know that the VP has lost sight of what he's sworn in to do, because he's over here participating in festivities when he's supposed to be working for the American public. Oh, so you could see that like I don't know why Ben came up there with all of that energy. That's just not like, he's not totally innocent. And once my story comes out, then they're all gonna look. It's not gonna be a good look for all of them. Russell Brand was kind of teetering the line, like he was being a comedian and being an actor, so he was seeing what the crowd was, how the crowd was responding and reacting to his jokes. Like this is something that they do. They'll mention like the injections of drugs in a jokingly way, just to put it back into your mind. Bill Maher does the same exact thing when he continues to talk about masturbation. He continues to do this. This is what the celebrities do. They keep putting sexual immorality in your face. And it's not the fact that we're trying to run from temptation, but it's the fact that they are becoming temptation. You understand? So Russell Brand was saying some of the things that I've already said, but overall, he tried to say that to someone that you were falling for someone with his accent, basically saying that Pierce was not a good source of news to get news for. It wasn't a accredited source. So this is what they're doing. He also said that everyone is your neighbor, and it's like not everyone is your neighbor. That's a specific word, right? So they're throwing in little deception while they're up there which is why at the end of it, he saw the gauge, and then he saw that you guys weren't really, I'm assuming the crowd wasn't really feeling what he was saying. He said that they should be punished at the end of it. But if it would have went the other way, he wouldn't be saying that. I doubt it. And then he said that he believed that Charlie would have still did it anyways. And it's like, yeah, of course. But at the same time, he would have gotten more protection. So that's just fake, bravado-ness that he's trying to say that Charlie would have done it anyway. He did it anyway, but you get what I'm trying to say. Tucker is obviously taking the side of what do you call it? Of the Palestinians, when the Palestinians, Hamas had every single opportunity to just surrender. They ended up already surrendering. So if they would have did that 50,000 lives ago, instead of trying to show how strong they was, then it would have been, it wouldn't be as, they wouldn't be as empathetic. It wouldn't be as terrible of a situation that it has become. Yeah. So this is the thing that, like, they're trying to get you the bass more. Like, you hear all the music in between the sessions and stuff, and it's a lot of stimulation. The screens and all this, they're trying to move this type of grand show of limelight into your frame, and it's like nobody really came for that. We want to know the truth. That's what we come for the truth. And I doubt that the VP, like, I'm all for him changing, but I know people. When I know that someone isn't right for a position, he's not right for the position. Like, what we're trying to do here is to instill the right thing. They said that we're trying to make people obedient. No, you're obedient because you love God. So it's totally what they're trying to take God out of the situation when it's not the case. Like, we've seen the mass impact that that God has already started in America, and it's gonna continue to go. But you got to do something about these figures, because they're not gonna stop, because they're in a position where they're just not in the right headspace, I would say. That's why, like, they're acting like the fires in California is any of our fault besides Newsom's fault and people that have in Californians that neglected to attack this head on years ago. This is why you should prioritize safety and safety in your state. So you can't be mad at the world or the America for fires that you know is gonna fire. Like, just like if you don't put precaution for Florida, like, they can't be mad that a hurricane comes and you don't have up the precautions. Everybody has their natural disasters that they have to encounter, And this is why you need more stronger men to develop these prosperous states rather than what we have done and ignored in the past. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is what I have to say. And then for Candace has to understand that they're going to try and discredit her because she's at the lead. She's in the lead for the most prominent political commentator right now. So she has to understand that, like when I said back then, I said nobody's being real with you. She has to understand the culture, that the culture is just gonna use her. And because the culture has to go through this period of this period of with being drawn back. They have to go through this period with being drawn back so they can mature. They have to mature to a space where they can handle the money and the power, because just like the vice president got up there and did this action, this is why privileged people are in positions, because of the care that has been nurtured throughout their life. So they don't look for a chance to prove that they are any sort of real or whatever. Like, we didn't ask for him to be a real dude. That's why I think that Adam is attached to this millennial perception this millennial perception, because you highlight all the social media aspects of AOC. You'll do that and you'll gloat about that while thinking no one's seeing what you're doing. You guys are depending on social media. The millennials are depending on social media to sway the youth into a a weaker position than what they're going to have, because the Gen Z has the opportunity to become way more sufficient than the generations before us, because we can have the technology and we can learn the old ways and actually do it excellently. So this is why you guys gotta keep your eyes open. And granted, Candace might be like, I haven't seen someone like, I didn't see what I wanted to see with when someone calls her out of her name, like, I was expecting someone else to eventually pop in and defend her. So you have to understand that millennials are trying to get away from Israel, because JD turned his back on Israel and now he wants everybody else to do the same. And it's like, what, the vice president, did I say JD? Yeah, I said JD. The vice president did this, and he turned his back on Israel, and now he wants everybody else to do it, when Israel has just got to a period of peace, and everything that happened in the past is the past. So what we can do here now is focus on a good start to 2026 with pursuing peace everywhere, and being more cooperating with peace.